Yo,
What's
yo,
going on,
yo.
guys?
Yo, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the NWH podcast. I'm joined by Blurry Man, Ference, Demon Subi 5, 3 Freel, Benna Freel. Sorry to dox everyone. I'm Johnny Chicago. That's a fake name though. Uh, really goofy mood going into tonight. Um, a lot going on. It's a good sports day. We have a good week of football to review. We were off last week. We didn't review. We picked, so we have our records. I went 8-8 at first, of course. And we have Subi Demon and 3 Frill at 10-6. You guys just managed to keep having the same record every week, it feels like.
Yeah.
I swear we don't
So
always pick the same teams either.
No, we don't.
yeah, and it's just like the luck of the
Our
draw.
losses just
And it's
cancel
so
out.
close.
Somehow.
So
But
we'll go over our picks and talk about what we thought about every game. And I mean, now that we're
The
through
Third
week
Reich's
12,
over.
going into we're going into week 13. Like the playoff picture is really starting to form. Coaches everybody's flying off the shelves and shit now. Like the Third Reich, Frank Reich the third is gone. Word got out. He said he wanted to draft C.J. Stroud. So and we can get into all that when we talk about the Panthers because I do got some opinions on that. But also, I feel like, all right, I want to get into football, but as Chicagoans, we got to talk about the Blackhawks news today. Yesterday, I saw some tweets. People were talking about some things. This guy, Corey Perry, a 38-year-old vet the Blackhawks signed, they're saying he fucked Bedard's mom. And I was like, yeah, this is funny. Like, I remember Alan Williams was watching like bad video, like, Chicago is they're just trolling, making shit up. And then today, the Blackhawks released him for unacceptable conduct, is what my Bleacher Report notification said. Uh, it was an internal issue he had. And I just think that's like the craziest shit that could have happened. Like, because
Pretty nuts. Number 1 overall pick.
yeah, he's so good on the ice. Something had to happen, and it ends up being his mom, who I'm pretty sure is married.
Yeah, because I believe like they show his parents.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know if it'll affect anything too much. I mean, maybe Bedard will be like the hell mom. So I mean, maybe that's not even true, but I don't know. It's like just Chicago and the way they've been firing people lately and getting rid of people is just so shady. And I feel like this may be like another doctor disrespect. Like they may never tell us at the same time. Interesting story there. Interesting story. Had to get that out there.
Yeah.
To get into football, we had
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. Boys, how was your Thanksgiving?
it was
It was
good.
good.
Honestly. Am I lagging very bad on your guys' part? I honestly am
Yeah.
moving frame by frame.
No, you're
Yeah,
fine.
you're like on
No,
one
I can see you
FPS.
4K.
Well, we'll just roll with it. I had to get
Podcast.
Thanksgiving.
All right. Yeah, to get into so I tweeted my picks for the Thursday games, and after that I was like, I'm not gonna tweet my fucking picks. Although we did submit our picks all pregame. Thursday to start the Packers going into Detroit. I should have thought more about the Lions historically on Thanksgiving and whatnot, and they're just not good. I think they're like they've lost like 12 straight or something crazy
On
now.
Thanksgiving,
And
We all picked the Lions.
yeah, we all picked. Oh, yeah. And I'm a clown because I'm like, I looked at the board and I'm like, no way it's going to be all these big favorites today. And I was like, you know what? Maybe like the Cowboys get embarrassed on TV. Maybe the 49ers are the ones that were like 3 weeks ago. And then it's like, no, it was the Packers who were going to beat the Lions because I took Connie's Seahawks. I'm an idiot. Packers, I mean, the agenda of showing like the first 12 game stats for the first full starting season for Love and Rodgers. It's basically identical. They have the same record through 12. Jordan Love's starting to look up. I mean, they beat the Chargers and the Lions, right? Past 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'm not feeling bad about it, honestly. For what we can do with this season, I'm content right now.
And I think also the important thing is just the whole thing this season has been like, oh, no Aaron Jones, like he just never gonna fucking play again. Like, what the hell are we doing? Like, finally, Christian Watson started to really just like do what he has to do. Like, Jordan Love just started slinging it, and I think more confident seemed like it wasn't on some like pussy, like let's get intercepted type shit. It was like he was like slinging it on at least on Thursday.
LaFleur is a good system when young players don't make mistakes. Like that's
I mean, yeah, when everybody's doing their job, it
yeah.
works.
Yeah. Jaden Reed as well, I thought had a great game. I think I was talking to my coworker who's a Packers fan, and before on Wednesday, I was talking to him. And I'm like, I feel like you guys got to turn Jaden Reed into like a Debo Samuel type player, where like you just got to get him more touches. You just got to like stupid jet sweep pass bullshit. Like you got like to just come up with something like that's like a guy you got to utilize more. And I feel like they used him well.
Yeah, they did. I mean, yeah, you have to just like he can't just be an only receiver. You have to get him involved with like shovel passes and all that. And I mean, yeah, we'll be fine. I mean, tons of young guys, like a lot. The ceiling is very high. That's how I feel. Is like a lot of these guys, like we don't even know what they can be. So I mean, over the next couple years, I think that this could become a squad similar to how the Saints kind of just got a bunch of guys and just kind of pieced it together, and now it's working.
I also think it's important to talk about like it wasn't just the offense. Like the defense came up with a bunch of sacks, like against a good O line. They came up with like they got like 2 fumbles or something, right? Like 3.
Yes,
Like they got 2. I
yeah,
feel like
four
if
takeaways.
they're gonna and one of them, Mr. Simone Biles, her husband, he scored a touchdown. That was a thing that happened. Like it was a good game. There's a lot of action. It's for what you want when it's 11:30 a.m. on a Thanksgiving Thursday. My grandma was really into it. She had a lot to say. She was I don't understand how Jaden Reed was so small.
Hmm. Well,
Um,
Big Packers win though.
yeah.
next game really is
He
just
commies at Cowboys. Sam
Oh, it's
Howell,
the commies.
yeah, I'm pretty sure he like leads the league in passing yards now or some shit like that, and they put up 10 fucking points and they like didn't even score in the second half. Like it literally just doesn't make any sense. And if you're the Cowboys, I mean, I feel like everyone's been saying this, but it genuinely sucks that the Eagles are in your division because you're probably not going to win your division and you're really good at home. And you're just not going to play at home in the playoffs if you're the Cowboys.
whoever that guy is that they're pretending isn't Trayvon Diggs. He's good. They got
Deron Bland?
yeah, they got Trayvon Diggs out there in a different uniform. I don't know
Yeah.
who they're fooling.
Yeah, who broke the NFL record games for the most pick sixes in a season
That's what's
at
funny.
5.
Like
That's just crazy.
they have Stephon Gilmore, and they are not going to even need him next year, which is like perfect. He'll be a free agent.
And also, to give credit to the Cowboys, the Dowdle guy has been a great second back. Like I know they're just beating up on teams that you could be like our mid, but like they're getting so many yards and
Dowdle is very
their stats.
Pollard-esque, where like he goes in for 1 or 2 plays, but finds the end zone.
Yeah,
Yeah, like it feels like what he did last year. It's just reverse now. But yeah, I mean, I feel like there's not much to say. It was like literally the same game the Cowboys have had like the past 4 games.
Yeah.
yeah.
And we all had Cowboy. No, I had commies. You guys had Cowboys.
Yeah.
Uh, you guys had 49ers and I had Seahawks.
I didn't expect this game to go any other way. Like
I am a clown.
if you would have asked me to predict scores or whatever the fuck, like I would have probably said something similar to 30 something for the Niners, 14-15 for the Seahawks. I mean, yeah, Niners are good. They're bounce back. They're gonna do what they do. CMC is just like at this point, if you're gonna bet CMC anytime touchdown, you might as well just bet CMC 2 touchdowns. If he's having a game, he's having a game. Like I don't know.
Also on Snapchat Daily Mail today, one of the articles was about his wife or fiance or whatever, Olivia Culpo. Very beautiful man. He's very lucky. You can tell he works very hard for everything he's got. Um, we're just I feel like with teams like the 49ers, like at least for them, it's just like we need to see them in the playoffs, just playing like intense football. Like they're just pissing on the Seahawks. I feel like now that they had that like stretch where they lost, they're just gonna like go and just win the rest of their games, and then we'll just need to see them in the postseason.
I mean, their playoff run was kind of anticlimactic last year, where it was kind of just like, all right, they just kind of got gypped. So
Yeah,
we don't really know what a full power uh, this Niners team playoff run looks like.
I'm excited for the rematch this week. Them and the Eagles.
damn,
Definitely, yeah.
that's peak.
They'll
Maybe.
lose though. They won't beat Philly. We'll talk
Who
about
knows?
that later, but
Uh, L Seahawks. I feel like I'm kind of over the Seahawks. Like now that Kenneth Walker's hurt, and he already wasn't running the same as he was at the beginning of the year. But it's just like they're just
even
whatever.
compared to last year, he's just not what he should be.
Yeah. Uh, so that was kind of a shitty Thursday night game, but whatever. At least we had Black Friday, a Black Friday game, fellas. Did y'all enjoy the Black Friday game?
I
Nah.
did
I mean, it's
honestly.
just the Jets are boring now.
That pick
Jets
six
are
was exciting.
boring as fuck. They finally touchdown. No, and I swear to God, I forget what I was listening to before that. I swear to God, I'm listening to a podcast Friday morning, and they're talking about another team who did the same shit. And then about if you're going for that play, and then like, were you really gonna score a touchdown on that play if you're the Jets? No,
Mhm.
like you weren't going to score a touchdown. That shouldn't even worth it. And it ends up with Miami getting a touchdown, going into the half, getting the ball back. Like it's literally just like brain dead as fuck. And I feel like Bob Salah should be on that seat. Sorry, I don't care. Like I don't know, maybe move him to a different role, but something needs to happen where like they can do something. This team is just so bad, and it just sucks to watch. But all the ads with Paint It Black. I see a red door and I want to paint it black. Like I'm glad those are done. Uh, I hope the Jets don't add any more primetime
They shouldn't
because
because
we
they're
went on
not.
like a week of that.
I looked at their schedule. I don't think they're gonna win. Like they have a chance to win maybe 1 or 2 more games. Like
They can't score points. They'd have to play like the Steelers.
yeah,
They're not
exactly.
gonna make.
Does anybody have anything to say about that? I don't even really care to talk about the Dolphins
No,
too much.
that's
Like
like
the Jets.
yeah. That game,
Well,
I turned it on for like background noise because we all knew the outcome.
I was at work and I was watching it and I'm showing my coworker Danny. I'm like, oh, like look at this, and then it's like, oh, a pick six. Like, yeah, the Jets really make it not even worth watching. There was also a lot of Miami fans there, so uh, we all picked Dolphins. Like, no one would have picked Jets there.
Yeah,
Jets they're dead. They're dead as fuck. To go into Sunday, Ben, your Saints at the Falcons.
yeah. I was
Did
literally
we
just
did
thinking.
we
I
all
was
have
like,
the
damn, I have to
Saints?
talk about this. Yeah, we all had the Saints.
Mhm.
And I was one of the shows I watched. Barstool picking show. They all picked the Falcons, and it was like a. I was like, damn, because I I'm indifferent about it because the Saints lost, horrible effort. Like Derek Carr, just what a mess. Uh, but like the Falcons aren't like we have the same record. They just are better than us because they beat us and then the division record. But like I really don't think they're that much better of a team than we are. But they executed much better. And Desmond Ritter, like he played pretty well. Um, they did a lot of the fucking mobile run stuff that the Saints can never stop. Which like Lamar and that's why like Josh Dobbs went off. But like if that pick six didn't happen, I think it's a much different game. everyone went down. Carr threw a ball to Olave. Olave gets a concussion after like having like 100 yards in the first half. But like you just can't find the end zone. No one can score. You start using Kamara at the end, and then I don't know. You just can't get in the end zone. The Taysom fumble hurts, and then you have zero weapons to like do much. And then Blake Grupe, who's been getting a lot of slack this year, he hasn't been half bad to be honest, but he made every kick all game. He was 4 for 4 until the final kick, which was a meaningless kick. It's just for points. Like we were not going to get the onside kick had we made that field goal, and he misses that one. And then today we're trying out kickers, and it's just like funny, just
You
Da
guys were
Dennis
trying out
Allen.
Mason Crosby.
Yeah, who's like he's literally just another Blake Grupe because he's 40 something. Like that's why
Bro,
the Packers let him go because his leg just wasn't it anymore.
I didn't know that was for like the division currently. That game.
Yeah, well we literally I think we're both 5 and
Oh,
7,
5 and 6.
5 and 6. So like
So
yeah,
that's gonna be like a tough race.
and we play
Honestly.
them I believe the last week, which I always enjoy.
That would
But
be
it's like
electric.
but now
At home.
because like I don't even know if we're gonna beat Tampa. Like I think that game's gonna be a little tough.
Is that in Tampa or at home?
I believe it's
That would be at
I think
home,
it's
right?
in Tampa. No, I think it's in Tampa. But I don't know. There's just some like we have the Giants coming up, we have the Panthers coming up, we have the Lions this week. So it's like it's just tough when you wanted to get a win. But a lot of people calling for Dennis Allen's heads, and then when like Frank Reich's getting fired, um, and other jobs are on the hot seats. So, but yeah, I don't. I'm still like kind of a supporter of Derek Carr. I still don't think like I don't know. I feel like he could still be the answer, especially if we're gonna keep Dennis Allen because that's who we wanted to get. But like, I do hope we find a QB in the draft or like find another option. But like, my main thing is still the OC. Like, I think you have better offensive play calling on the field. It's a little bit different.
Yeah, I think it's a matter of like, in my opinion, just like losing to yourself. Like
Because now
you're
the
not,
defense is depleted and like just can't hold
yeah,
up.
you can't get in that position that many times and not put 7 on the board. Like that's just you had 5 chances, maybe even 6 or 7 chances where I mean, and we know Derek Carr has the arm. We know what he can do. Like if you're getting on that side of the field, I look at the score and I see like you gave up 24 and lost by 9. Like you just
With 2
need
takeaways.
need to
And it
score
was
touchdowns.
all field goals. Like it's
Yeah, you
crazy.
just
And I think we punted once or something. It was
simply
like
need to score
stupid.
touchdowns. You're getting in the position. You're getting there. You're in the red zone. You're
Yeah.
obviously in field goal range. There just needs to be more scores, and that's all it is. I mean, that's just yeah. I don't know if it's the OC or what it is, but it's obviously an offensive problem. But I don't see it as like a big issue. Like it's just something that needs to get figured out, and then it's like it's weird because it's like that game against the Jags, like the second
The only
half.
reason it's become a big issue now is because it's like the whole thing has been like, oh yeah, we just need to figure it out. But we're what
Dude,
13
the
weeks in
press
now. You know what I mean?
conferences
Yeah, and
are
then you kind of
so
Like
fun.
that's the whole discussion because it's like Dennis Allen and Derek Carr, like we're not far, we're almost there, and it's like
He
yeah,
literally he literally
we're
is
probably
talking
right,
about
but like we should have been
he,
hitting
he
this stride already, you know?
he's talking
yeah,
about how he couldn't tell Jesse Bates was like he's like, "Oh man, I didn't expect him to be here. Like that was just a
Yeah,
mistake. But we just got to keep doing what we're doing. We're getting
that's
close."
that's also
It's
why I
like,
think I'm a
brother,
little different than like a lot of other Saints fans right now. I feel like a lot of them are already just giving up on Carr, and
so
I'm not
early.
giving up on him, but it's like we
How
still
many
have a very
QBs
good
are you gonna
spot at
give up
getting
on?
a right, and we still have a very good chance of getting in the playoffs. And then who are we not going to cheer for our quarterback? Like I don't know, because if we
Yeah,
make the
like if
playoffs, we're
he's gonna
probably going to
get
have the
you
home
there.
spot. So, but yeah,
Yeah.
we all had the Saints. I lost.
Oh, I know in the next game we all had the Steelers.
Yeah,
indeed.
Jamar Chase had 2 catches that were like deflected off the Steelers because Jake Browning just can't get him the ball.
Yeah, that was
Some-
crazy. I only saw the one.
Honestly, that game was boring as fuck. Like people, I think I was watching like
Because
ESPN or
Jake
some shit.
Browning didn't play that bad, really.
No, him and Kenny Pickett. I mean, Kenny Pickett, honestly, like stats wise, if you're looking at it, had like a pretty good game.
They
But
went for like 400 plus yards, which is like the first time they've done that in like years
well,
because
and
of
their
Canada was
one
fired.
touchdown was the Najee touchdown. But it's like, how the fuck did you guys get 16 points? Like
I don't know. Steelers find a
400
way.
yards? That's
Steelers find a way.
crazy.
They always do. They
Bengals were
always
just so
will.
shocked.
Yeah,
But
Well,
if it was
that's
now,
like
that's
the
a LeBron
Bengals,
game for me.
yeah,
if it was the Bengals versus the Giants, I might take the Bengals.
that's interesting.
Yeah, well, I'm hope we don't have to choose that. To be honest.
Next game, Jags won on the road at the Texans.
I picked Jags. You
CJ
guys have
Stroud.
Texans.
We're back on the he's a dumbass train.
Low IQ quarterback.
Honestly, not a Tank Bell depender in fantasy. It's kind of ridiculous. He got like 1 or 2 targets in the second half or some shit. Like you got to get him the ball more. Um, they should have won honestly for like the offensive powerhouse that they've been, and they're at home. The Jags, it feels like they put up 21, 24
Well,
every game. All you have to do is get more than that. I mean, Danny Amendola missed field goal.
yeah, he's never. I guess he's like never made a 50-yarder or like something longer than a
He
50-yarder.
was like 0 for 4
But
career,
that's
and then
also
missed one like
unfortunate just because
earlier in the game. Was
he's
0
the
for
injured
5
he's the injury replacement for
and
Kaimi
ace.
Fairbairn. So
I mean, they should have had that one dude give it a chance. Whoever
No,
that
not
guy
from
was.
50. Not from 50.
Yeah,
That just was tough.
yeah, I
Oh
agree.
well. That was an important game. Jags go to 8-3. And that's big just for the division, honestly. And then
yeah, it is.
also
They
I
split
think
those games.
it's funny that I'm pretty sure like what's his name? Stroud is like 5th or 6th in MVP odds right now. Trevor Lawrence is just, and they gotta put some respect on my boy's name. All I'm gonna say about that.
True.
Y'all got anything else for the one?
Didn't he break a record?
Stroud?
Yeah, some passing,
Probably, yeah, he probably did.
some like
Fastest to something yards in his rookie season, probably. He
I
probably
think he
what
just
broke
beat
like a
Herbert
Herbert
for most
record.
in 11 starts.
yeah, it was. It
Yeah,
was Herbert's.
he beat Herbert's record.
Well, I guess that doesn't matter because Justin Herbert hasn't amounted to anything. So
Yeah,
What's the next game?
yeah, he's amounted to 4 fucking wins this season.
yeah,
Nah, that is fucking crazy. But the next game is the Bucks at Colts.
I almost picked
This
the
was a
Bucks and I
shit
switched.
game.
this felt so easy.
I
It
picked
I
the
didn't
did.
even-
Bucks.
I almost talked myself into the Bucks too. But it's just it is. It's easy when you just use your brain. Don't overthink
yeah,
it.
like, they weren't winning that.
It shouldn't even have been set like a 7-point game, to be honest. Like
Yeah,
the
no, it
Bucks
seemed
just
like the
just were
Colts were
like, we'll
always.
try. Like, all right.
There's
Yeah,
like
when you have like a Bucks team who can maybe get in the end zone and then a Colts team who's probably going to get in the end zone multiple times, it's just difficult to choose the Bucks.
The Colts are so funny. Um,
They're a good team
they
that could
had to
maybe make the playoffs.
they had to drug test Jonathan Taylor. They sent him a PED test.
He's missing a couple weeks now.
And
yeah,
but you know what's funny is like they'll be all right. Like Zach
Yeah.
Moss, I feel like should be like a fantasy grab right now. Like go and get him because they're gonna use him again, and he's gonna do what he did in those few weeks probably.
Yep.
He went off against the Titans, and he's playing the Titans again this upcoming week. So, but honestly, like the Minshew mania has continued, which is really because you'd think like who the fuck thought that we'd still be here, right? They're just able to stay around 500. Like they'll continue to be in the playoff picture. they'll continue to just be annoying for a lot of teams. And they still are scoring so many points. Like, it doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
I took the L. I'm such a clown.
Zach Moss.
You're waiver claim in?
Yeah, just put one in for Zach Moss.
Man, fuck the Colts, man. Let's. Anything else to say about that game, or
Nothing.
Bucks are kind of pissed.
Yeah.
Pats at Giants. Wow, what a great game. 7-10. This honestly, like, the Pats need to get rid of both Zappy and Mac Jones and just draft new quarterbacks. Because the Giants are so ass. Like, how do you play that ass against that ass team? Like, this
They're
was
just
one of
both
the worst
ass.
displays of football this season.
Probably
I
was the
wanted to
worst
believe
display.
in Mac Jones. I really did want to believe in him for a second, but I guess I don't know.
This game disgusts me.
Didn't they
Nah,
beat?
it
Didn't
was
they literally beat
crazy,
the
bro.
Bills?
Yeah.
Like, fuck that, bro. Fuck the fact that I even had to pick a team in this shit is just annoying. Fuck that.
Well, the Bills don't even know how to win games, so we'll talk about that in a second. But the Pats, like, literally, Zappy comes in after Mac throws 2 shitty ass picks, and Zappy throws a shit ass pick as well, and it's like, well, now it's like the same thing. So, and their O-line is so bad. They're just letting guys in every single play. Like, they don't have, like, Ramondre is like carrying that team on his back. Like, it's just sad.
It is indeed.
Also, like, 10 points out of the Giants should have put up more, honestly. Like, 10 points is wild. So you picked the Pet. Ben, do you have the Giants at home?
No, I had the Pats.
You had the Pets. I don't know. I didn't feel confident in the Giants, but I was like, they're at home and these teams both suck. So, Panthers at Titans. Titans won. It was a Derrick Henry day. Twitter was calling it. They were trending. It was trending on Twitter. I saw a lot of Henry 2+ TD tickets. It felt like a good day, but it was the Panthers, and it's like the previous weeks we've put up like one touchdown, a field goal. Like, it doesn't. It's like all right, we beat the Panthers, whatever. We picked them off or fumble recover, whatever. They suck, but I feel this is like one of those wins that's like, fuck, dude. Like, we're pretty bad. Like, we're lucky to like be able to play the Panthers.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, a win's a win, but definitely should have
Yeah,
been a little more.
yeah. Like, Will Levis, like, it's just not looking as promising as it was that one. Like, his first game, he's just launching the ball and shit, like getting these long touchdowns. Second game, throws for like 210 yards or something. Still look good. Since then, it's just like mid. Can't move the ball down. And it's not like we're playing against like the Eagles. Like, we're not playing insane ass defenses like the 49ers. Like, we don't have that hard of a fucking schedule, man.
Yeah.
Fucking ridiculous. Frank Reich lost his job. I feel like that's pretty. That, to me, like,
I don't
Bryce
even.
Young
I think
will.
it's just because of C.J. Stroud at the Texans. Because apparently a report came out that the Bears were supposed to trade the number 1 pick to the Texans, and then the Texans were going to give the 3 or the 2 pick to the Panthers, and so they would have the 1 and the 3 or something. I don't even know. But and then I guess David Tepper, the Panthers owner, said like, yeah, like I trust you guys, and I'm assuming he's not happy with Stroud versus Young right now.
Well,
But I
and
think
then there, and
it's
then
much different situation. Like obviously, yeah, Stroud is probably looking like the right pick right now. But like, there's time, there's situations, but it's. I also like don't think it's that crazy because Frank Reich was only going to be there 1 year. I feel like.
I mean, I just don't like. What do you guys think would be if we reverse these roles? Like, what would Bryce have done in Houston versus?
I
I don't
don't
think
think.
neither of them would have done much.
That's what I
Yeah,
like.
Like
I think
I
that.
think CJ Stroud's
Yeah.
balling, but I think it helps out that Houston is like a setup
Bro, they
team to
have
like compete versus like I think if CJ Stroud was in Carolina with Adam Thielen, like they might be
be
scoring a little bit
terrible.
more, but it'd be the same stuff.
Yeah.
I think especially because even if you're the Texans, like they're gonna fight for a playoff spot, maybe the division.
I hope
You're
they may.
selling jerseys, you're selling more seats, you're exciting. People are talking about you. No one talked about Bryce Young. No, like, there's no, oh my God, look at this Bryce Young play.
It's funny because it doesn't really feel like they have a number 1 pick.
No. Well, and the best part is they're probably like, well, what does firing Frank Reich do? We don't even have a fucking first round pick.
Yeah. Well, that's what I
Like,
think.
this is like
That's why
they're
I think
just
the
so
owner
fucked
David Tepper was
until
like
after
was
next
more
year.
adamant on that is because like there's no reason to be losing.
No. And it's like, all right, so now you're fucked until next year. It's not like you're gonna just have to like pay people a lot to come play with fucking Bryce Young. But then after what people have seen of Bryce Young, why would they want to go like put him? No offense to the kid, I'm sure he's nice. I know he loves God and all, but like,
I don't
bro,
think
like
so. I think people will
it's
want to play with him.
there's people who have been in
Plus money
similar
talk.
situations who have looked better. I will say that.
I don't know. I like his poise. I think he never really seems like even when he's under pressure, he's just like, all right, like I'm just gonna throw it away and get
He's
sacked.
also a he's also a turnover machine, I feel like. May just be rookie stuff, and other people were turnover machines historically, but
Yeah, I feel like Stroud just being not a turnover machine just changes that. I don't know. I feel like QBs like Stroud and Herbert who just came in and were like immediately lifting their team up. It's changed like expectations coming in,
Yeah.
and like Brock Purdy. What
yeah,
game's
it's
next?
but before we go to the next one, getting a quarterback, getting it right. I think what I've learned from just all this overthinking and stuff recently, it's so hard. You have to be so lucky, and I think that's why like that tension is there. Because like, dude, CJ Stroud, he's gonna be like a guy that could lead a team to the promised land. Like the redraft videos in like 5 years, like redrafting the 2022 draft class, like it's gonna be like, well, CJ Stroud is like a Super Bowl MVP, so it's gonna be like Bryce Young at 15
Mhm.
type shit. It's gonna be crazy. The next game, Rams at Cardinals. Rams scored 37 points on the Cardinals in Arizona. I picked the Rams, right?
I
We
don't
both
know
picked the
why.
Cardinals.
I thought K1 could do it. I don't like this Rams team. I don't like picking this Rams team. I still think that, like, I don't know how the Cardinals let this happen. The Rams are not a good team at all.
And they won't even do shit again. They probably won't. This shit was so stupid. They're all like, "Oh, Stafford's back. Like, he's healthy. He's healthy.
Kyron
Cup's in
Williams.
the game." Well, Kyron, yeah, I mean, Kyron literally put up like 200 plus scrimmage yards on them.
Yeah.
That's like more than they even have. That's like that is just you gotta suck. And the Cardinals suck, but yeah, like K1's better than that. Will he be on the move after this year?
I think
Probably.
that's like unforeseen right now. I think they're invested in him, but like I also think they understand as much as he does. Like they need weapons. You know what I mean? Like Marquise Brown's
Yeah.
cool, but like
They
should
don't
be
have,
the two
yeah,
Yeah,
next
I
game.
really don't have a lot to say.
Yeah, I don't have much to say about that.
me neither.
Uh Browns at Broncos. Dustin Hopkins put up 4 field goals for the Browns. Broncos still rolling at home.
Yeah, I love the
They're on like
Broncos
a
right now.
6 win streak now, right? Like,
Yeah, you picked the Browns, Kevin. I had Broncos, but
dude, I thought this would be
I
like
love the Broncos right now.
oh, the Broncos
I thought it would be
finally like
closer.
collapsed. But then DTR gets the shit rocked. PJ Walker comes in, he's ass, throws a pick in the end zone.
Hopefully, we
At
get
least I'm
Joe
pretty
Flacco
sure.
this week.
I mean, yeah, because they're still like they're 7-4. Like that's
Yeah.
their 4th loss of the season, which is like wild to think about given the team they have. And it's like if you want any chance of making this wild card, like every game is so important because you guys are just so ass. And I thought this was one that they might be able to go out there and get before having to play like another divisional game that might be tougher on them.
Guess not.
But now it's kind of funny because the Broncos, like that, gives them the same record as like uh, the Colts and the Texans. So they're like, it's the playoff race is going to get super crazy as we go into it.
Indeed.
So that's a big win for the Broncos there. I guess both of those teams really needed that. Russ is just cooking, man. Simple as that, I feel like.
Yeah.
Sean Payton kind of always. I think Sean Payton just need to get a little bit acclimated,
There's a
and
lot
then
of
he's like,
Saints
"All right."
teams that started like that.
And
Not
I
not
think
not necessarily 1-5, but like a couple losses, and then you hit your stride about now.
if you think about the state of the division as well, like the Chiefs should be a lot better than they feel like they are. If you're like the Broncos, like bro, you're sneaky right now
And
coming
you
for
beat the
that division.
Chiefs.
Yeah, yeah, they did. Damn. Yeah, that basically kickstarted the run, didn't it? Him
No.
at home with the crowd. He's like, "Come on!" That shit was crazy. I don't know if that started the run, but that would win by them. Um, next game, Chiefs Raiders. Uh, Raiders at home, just kind of mid.
You just
They
can't do
scored
enough.
first.
Like
Yeah,
if
I
you
mean
don't
Chiefs
score, like you're just not gonna be able to beat them.
is they will just end up putting up
Because
more
Josh Jacobs
points.
had a great game. He scored.
Rashi Rice had a good game.
Yeah, he's gonna probably be their best receiver like the years going forward.
Yeah,
If they don't
he seems
sign
like
anyone.
he'll be more reliable after a lot of Holmes check down plays. They were running a lot of good offense. They'll just keep rolling. They don't have number one in the AFC now. Like the Ravens have like an extra game that they've won. So that's just like for right now. But Raiders on the road. I mean, that's a good win for the Chiefs. I think we had Chiefs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. This next game, I saw a lot of people saying, "Oh, game of the year, game of the year. This is like the most entertaining game I've seen all." This game was ass. Like
I
it
liked
was a
it.
high scoring
Which game?
affair. I thought it was ass.
Bills
I don't know
Eagles?
if that's a hot take. I thought it was
I thought
like
it was good.
it wasn't like game of the year. It was exciting, but not like game of the year. And like, oh my god, look at that like insane play he made. It was like the Bills were up and just fucked up until the Eagles came back. And then the Bills fucked up again, and then the Eagles won.
I just think Jalen Hurts is that guy right now. He's just locked in.
Yeah,
Like,
I think as long as they have the best record at the end of the year, he like will just they'll give him MVP.
yeah, I agree.
He has
Mm-hmm.
been playing better these past few weeks though. Like before though, I don't
He's
think
a
he should have got
beast.
it. Yeah.
He just is so funny when he runs, bro. Like it's just like because it's just so we live in like and grew up in like this huge passing era and like bro, I know we got like Lamar is so fast. Like Jalen Hurts doesn't like move the same as that. It just looks like fun.
I think
It's kinda Cam Newton-esque.
I think it's
Yeah.
funny that because like they always call Lamar the new Michael Vick, but it's like they would be calling Hurts that if Lamar didn't exist.
Yeah, and Lamar did it like 4 years ago, so now it's not like a thing to say anymore because it's just like common. But I don't know, man. I just don't see anyone in the NFC beating the Eagles. Well, I could see the Chiefs in the Super Bowl beating them, but I couldn't see the Bills beating them. I had the Eagles at home, right?
Yeah, I would assume. No, let's take the Bills.
Then
What?
Did we all have the Eagles?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Bill. It's like whatever. We're all out on you guys. Like you guys are ass.
Yeah.
Gabe Davis, like at the end of the game, people were like, "Oh my god, he could like win the game," and then he ran his route. I don't know if I'm getting this right. They said he like ran his route, but he should have just like went because he had the guy beat or something, and then everyone was upset. But I don't.
That was on Josh Allen, in my opinion. If you threw
No,
like a
Gabe ran the route.
Yeah, that's what I
But
thought. That's what I thought. I'm like,
people
I
were
don't
saying as
fucking
soon
know.
as
It
he
seemed
had
like
him beat, he should have just turned around.
nah, like bro, I'm sorry, bro. That'd be like, but imagine he doesn't run the route and Josh throws it out to the left on the actual route, and then people are like, Gabe Davis is a fucking idiot and fucking run the route.
I don't know why he doesn't
Like,
just back shoulder fade, bro. He has him beat. Just throw him a
bro,
fade.
he would have caught that shit.
Yeah, just
Gabe
throw him a
Davis was
fade
already
in the end
cooking.
zone.
He already caught a touchdown to
Like-
fucking force that overtime. Like, bro, he was gonna catch that to win the game.
Yeah, if that ball was anywhere near him, like I don't know.
All right, I'm glad we're on the side of blaming Josh Allen because I
Yeah,
think
I was so confused.
like they
when
want to
were-
blame the OC. Bro, the OC's not throwing the fucking ball.
Yeah, nah. Fuck that shit.
Okay.
Throw the fucking end zone fade.
You guys are, yeah.
Nah, they should have won, bro. Like you literally win the coin toss, bro. Like that shit's crazy.
I mean, you gotta know if you're.
Nah, and that shit's hilarious because they're the crybabies who are like, oh well, if we can't get the ball in the playoffs in overtime, then it's not really fair. And then they go and fucking their shit at overtime. That should have been a prime. That would have been a great prime time. Like Sunday night, Twitter would have been just raving after that.
Speaking of Sunday night,
The Ravens beat the Chargers.
No way.
Zay Flowers
Yeah, the
game.
Chargers lost. People were trying to be like, "Oh my God, should Zay Flowers have gone down at the 1 yard line? Would you rather be up 10 or 3?"
Yeah, people are so fucking stupid.
Yeah, like get the fuck out of here. Would you rather be 3 and have to fucking sit there, or would you rather just go up 10 and then Justin Herbert just goes out there and sucks dick? Like, I don't know. I'm letting Zay Flowers get the touchdown, get the points. Ravens came in. This 20 points isn't a lot, but it is a primetime game. Don't feel like I expected like more than like 21 from the team that won. So it's a good game by the Ravens. They're like very scary if Zay Flowers continues to be good.
Yeah.
And also Keaton Mitchell, not Keaton Jones. Don't get him confused with Keaton Jones, the guy who got bullied for his nose. Keaton Mitchell, I feel like I don't know like where they're like finding these random ass guys, but they're just gonna have like enough running back. It's gonna feel like the Eagles like have been where the Eagles it's like, well fuck, this guy isn't running well. Here is Boston Scott. Here is Kenneth Gainwell. Like it just ran like I don't know. I feel like that shit works. And I think that the Eagles are not the Ravens. My bird team confused. The Ravens just have like a good game plan.
Yeah, I agree. I want to see them do something in the playoffs, man. Feels like it's been years since they've even been like healthy enough to even make a push. So,
people are saying that Justin Tucker's washed.
I don't know.
No, we don't give into that discourse.
I don't. Yeah, I'm like it's a fucking kicker. Who cares?
Chargers are so fucking bad.
Yeah.
Like
I got
I'm
nothing on
so
this game.
glad. I'm so glad at the beginning of the year when people, oh, Justin Herbert, and I'm like, why? Why? Tell me why. Does he win games? No. Have they won games? No. And they're like I don't know who they play next, but I want to pick against them. So, but that was that one. Monday Night Football, the Bears at Vikings. I didn't even in the notes. I didn't even write the score. It's just the Bears at Vikings.
Oh, we lost this. Like,
yeah, we all picked Vikings. I barely watched it.
We all lost. Fuck.
Yeah.
I don't know why I was.
So the Bears won.
Yeah. by like 2, I think. Like 12-10 or something.
Nah, I'm kidding. I did.
But I have
Yeah,
like
that's
nothing to say.
basically yeah, that's the amount of attention I put into that game. I mean, I honestly all I saw was Jalen Johnson Island, which I have space invested in. I have property there. I got that. But I don't know, like 4 interceptions. There's talk of Jaron Hall starting for the Vikings again. That will affect how I pick if they're starting Jaron Hall.
And that's for tomorrow's pod.
Yeah, we will be back tomorrow. If you've joined us this far, make sure to leave a comment. If someone comments get a haircut, I will get a haircut. But it can't be Aiden Clips. They always comment, and it can't be a brand new account. It has to be someone else. But if someone made it to this point, yeah, you know what? Let's do a code. Get a haircut. Shout out Zay Flowers. If someone that's neither of you two or Aiden Clips comments that, I'll get a haircut. But make sure to tune in tomorrow. We will be back with our predictions for week 13, I believe it is. There will be. I feel like I didn't like the as much as Thanksgiving week. I mean, we were off anyways, but it should be a good next week of football. Plenty of playoff implications. I know for some of us, fantasy implications. That's gonna affect how I'm feeling about certain things. Uh, it should be
I
good.
just need a sweep. I need one of those 2 or 3 loss weeks. I want my record like I want to ramp
I'm
it up.
going. I'm going 14-2 this next week. So,
Me too.
all right, peace out, boys.